crafty friends, and welcome to my podcast. This is episode number 5. My name's Caroline and today is Friday the 8th of June. If you'd like to find me anywhere else on the internet, I am on Instagram as Caroline Love to Sew and also Ravelry as Caroline Love to Sew. And in addition I have an Etsy shop which is Love to Sew UK. So, how have you been since we last spoke? I hope you've had a good few weeks. I think it's been about a month since my last podcast. We're in June now, as I said, and May seemed to go by really quickly. We had some most peculiar weather in May. What have I done since we last spoke? Oh, my son is another year older. He's now 15. He had a birthday. We've been away on holiday for a week. We went to France, which is lovely. And the week before we went to France, the weather where we were going in Carcassonne was absolutely atrocious, and we were really beginning to regret booking the holiday. Even though we were going to see friends, it's still nice to have nice weather. And then a couple of days before we were due to go, the weather changed and it was absolutely beautiful, and the week we were there was scorching hot, and then the day we were travelling home, which was the bank holiday, Monday, the end of May, it was absolutely throwing it down, and it's been really awful weather since in France where we were staying. So we were so lucky with the weather, and we had such a lovely week. It was really nice to catch up with our friends and just enjoy the beautiful French countryside. It was absolutely beautiful. I was having a little look through my paperwork recently, and I realised that this month, June 2018, marks the anniversary of me finishing work in the big wide world and deciding to work for myself from home. So for the last year I have been making project bags in my little sewing room here that you can see behind me, and I have had the most wonderful year. It's been incredible. It's been really hard work. I've worked harder than I've ever worked because I put in so many more hours than I would ever have done when I was out at work. I start really early. I don't always have lunch breaks. I sometimes work well into the evening, or I pause, have dinner, then come back to my sewing table. But I think because I'm doing it for myself and it's my little business, I love it and I'm happy to put the hours in. And I'm just so happy with the things that I produce. I make project bags. I'm not sure if you're a new viewer, you might not know that, but I make project bags for knitters and crocheters for their knitting and crochet projects, and it's just been an absolute whirlwind. I've done some collaborations with some fabulous people. If you follow me on Instagram you will know all about that, I'm sure. I have another one coming up which I'm going to tell you all a little about a little bit later. And I was looking at my figures and I worked out that in the last 12 months I have made and sold over 160 project bags, which I just find incredible. I would never have imagined in my wildest dreams that would happen, and I'm just so thrilled that I'm able to do what I really love from home, and that you lovely people out there buy the things I make, because without you I wouldn't be here. I'd be off out doing something else, but because of your kindness and generosity and support I'm just able to continue doing what I love. So thank you so much. That's great. This month is not only my shop anniversary, but also it's my birthday. So on Sunday I will be 47. Ooh. Do you know, actually I was thinking the other day, being in my 40s now I don't mind so much, but I did not turn 40 gracefully at all. I wanted to stay in my 30s. I was quite happy being a 30-something. And I just almost had a strop. I did not want to be 40. But you know, a few years go by and you get used to the idea, and now, you know, I'm 3 years off being 50 and I'm starting to panic about that now. Silly really, isn't it? Because it's only a number. But anyway, I have enjoyed the last few years of being 40, so I don't really know what I was worrying about. Anyway, what I'm going to show you first is my sock project. This is in one of my little bags that I made a while ago. It's very little actually, it's quite small. But I just love this gorgeous fabric from Art Gallery Fabrics, designed by Amy Sinibaldi. She's a clever bean, always comes up with the most beautiful fabrics. Even the lining is from the same collection. Look at that, it's like old script. It's beautiful. So in here I have an absolutely gorgeous ball of yarn. Just look at that. So this is from Twisted Limone, and it's her powder puff colourway. So it's a self-striping yarn. Would you like to know more details? I wonder if I've got them in here. Let's have a little look. Aha! So that's her card. And there are the details of the yarn. I will put everything down below the description, in the description box. So if I'm not holding it here for long enough, you should be able to see it at your leisure. So I've admired Karen's yarn for quite a long time now, and I was always a little bit scared of self-striping yarn, because when I started to knit socks I just wanted something really simple and was worried about where to stop the stripes, to put the heel in and so on. I don't really know what I was worrying about, because quite frankly it's really not that difficult. So this is, I'm really sorry, but my sock blockers are in the cupboard just behind the camera, so I can't get them out without disturbing you. So I'm going to show you the first sock that I have made from this gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. Just look at that, it's gorgeous, isn't it? So this pattern is, it's the Vanilla Latte socks. I'm just trying to see the author, bear with me. It's a pattern on Ravelry by Virginia Rose Jeans. So I'm sure lots of you know of this lovely pattern. It's gorgeous. And she gives you an option of 3 different heels, and I went for the slip stitch rib. So this is the slip stitch rib heel, which I think looks really lovely actually. I quite like it. Normally I do the Eye of Partridge, but I quite like this, and this was so much more simple than the Eye of Partridge heel. I much prefer it. Or maybe I just needed a change, because all of my socks that I've knit so far are Eye of Partridge heel. But yeah, the pattern is great for the sock, I think, for the self-striping yarn. I think it comes out really nicely. And I have done a slightly different toe. This is the umbrella toe. So I bought the pattern, the Drippity Drop sock pattern from Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. She's on the pattern's on Ravelry now, and this is the umbrella toe from that pattern, and it's so simple to do and it's so effective, and I really, really like it. So I think I might have to adopt that and use it on more socks. It really is lovely. I like the finish, and it feels really nice on my foot as well. So I have started to knit the second sock. This was my holiday project. I took it to France with me. So it has some nice memories in that sock. and I have cast on the second one, but that's as far as I've got. Not very far at all. And I'm fairly slow knitter. Fairly slow knitter. So it'll probably take me a little while to complete the second sock. But I love it, it's so relaxing and I really enjoy it. And now I can actually watch television whilst knitting. Because if you've watched any of my previous podcasts, you'll know that I just couldn't knit whilst the television was on because I needed to concentrate. And whilst I still need to look at what I'm doing, the television doesn't distract me anymore. So that's progress, isn't it? Because I've been knitting for over a year now, almost 18 months, so, but I'm really, really enjoying it. I love it. So that's that lovely sock. I'm at the heel of my V for Valentine's socks, but I'm not going to show you those today because I think I showed them last time, and I don't want to bore you. So hopefully next time I'll have a finished pair and then we can talk about it a little bit more. So that's my sock. Okay, now I will talk to you about my granny stripe blanket, which is in another one of my bags. Don't you just love Tilda fabric? It's so gorgeous. So this one rolls down, so it's quite nice, like a little bucket. And you can see all your yarn. So as you can see, my blanket is peeping out the top. And that's what it looks like inside, look, with all my lovely yarns nestled in there, all ready to go into the blanket. So I'll pop that there. Last time I podcast, I was very aware that every time I pick something up and then put it down again, the surface was wobbling, so I'm trying not to wobble it this time because it made the camera wobble. Okay, so... right, what can I tell you about this? I did write down some details actually. Ah, here we go. So, let me show you the blanket first. So, it's not really a blanket yet. But it's not, it'll take a long time. It's definitely an ongoing whip. But here we go. This is what I have so far. Oh, isn't it lovely? I just love how it looks. Everything, crochet looks so different. The yarn, should I say, the yarn when you're crocheting looks so different to when you've knitted it. It's a whole other dimension. It's gorgeous. So it's really quite long. It's just over a metre. Could wear it as a scarf, but I'm not going to. So this, oh, it's lovely, isn't it? I'm going to rest it here so you can see it. This I cast, it's not cast on, is it? That cast on's in knitting. What do you call it in crochet? Anyway, the foundation row is 275 stitches. Seriously, I nearly lost the will to live because that first row is just, it seemed to go on forever and ever and ever. Oh my word. I thought it was never going to end. But then once I got past that and started to do the it's treble crochet, isn't it? Or is it double? I can't remember. Anyway, it's the granny stripe blanket from Attic 24 on the internet. Is it Attic 24? Yes, I think it is. So yeah, and what I did, I've put in the first couple of rows, I've just used a lovely soft cream colour, which I had in my stash. Can you see that? It's lovely. And what I'm going to do is when I've decided the blanket is long enough or deep enough, I am then going to add a couple of rows to finish it off, and then I'm going to put it in the cream, and then I'm going to put a border on it in cream as well to sort of bring it all together. But I thought that was really nice to start it off. And these colours are just so gorgeous, aren't they? So many beautiful yarns. Some of them are full skeins. The one I'm 20 gram skeins. The one I'm using at the moment is this lovely one, which is from Kelly at Les Family Yarns, and I bought, I think there were a set of pastel minis which I bought, and I'm just going to add the whole 20 grams because I think it's such a gorgeous colour and I just want to keep going. That blue one there, that's also one of hers, and I have a paler one, a paler blue from that same collection, which I'm going to put in as well a little bit further on. I started this off just wanting to use pastel colours, and it was starting to look a little bit like a baby blanket, which I really didn't want it to. So I thought, oh, I'll be brave and add this purple, and I think it's lovely. It's because, you know, once I started doing that, I became really brave and started to add other bold colours like this blue and this red, and I think it works really well. Yeah, because it was too pastel-y, so I had, you know, lots of pastel colours up to about here, and then I just ripped it out and took it back and added some a deeper colour. Where's my progress keeper? Ah, here we go. This lovely little progress keeper. This is from Ellie at Craft House Magic. Got a little tiny ball of sparkly stars. Gorgeous. So yeah, I got to about there, that row there. Well, I got up to about here actually, and I in very, very pale colours, and so I took it back to there and then added the purple. It was lilac-y purple, and then a little bit of pink, and then went fading to green and cream, and another bold one, and then like I say, and I just keep going, and I'm so happy with the effect now. So I don't know how deep it's going to be yet. I'm just going to keep going until I'm happy. But it's such a fab project. I love picking it up and having a little bit of a crochet in the evenings. Again, I can watch TV while I'm crocheting because I've been crocheting for quite a long time now. And it's second nature to me. So I really love it. And if you make a mistake, in your crochet, you just pull it back and start again. It's totally different to knitting. You know, if I make a mistake in my knitting, I find it really difficult to rectify. So this is a nice relaxing project for me until I become more proficient at my knitting skills. So yeah, loving that, absolutely loving it. There are so many lovely ones out there. I know quite a few of my Instagram pals have started to make one as well, and I know that everybody's really enjoying it. So, and I keep spotting these fabulous minis on Instagram and thinking, no, you don't need any more, you don't need any more, but I think I do. You can't have too many yarny minis, can you? Look, that's another one from Kelly's Pastel Mini Set, and here's the pale blue one. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, just love it. So I use, like I say, I use skeins like that I've bought, but then I will also add in little bits of yarn that I have left over from other projects, or that I have from swaps. This was a swap one. I think this is Rainbow Cloud. So at some point I will add that in, and I use a magic knot to add in new yarn, and the tutorial that I follow is Bella Coco, how to make a magic knot, and she explains it beautifully, and now I can do it without watching the video, but I had to watch it several times. This is another one, look, which is really lovely. This was gifted to me, so I don't really know who it is. I can't remember. I'm really sorry, but look at those lovely colours. It might be Hedgerow Yarns actually, but I don't know. I can't remember. But somebody I follow on Instagram, is it Michelle from Wild Rose Yarns? She's having an update this evening, and there's already a set of minis that I've got my eye on. Oh, I can't resist them. I love them. Also, I can't decide whether to add this yellow in. What do you think? think it needs a yellow? Because there's a bit of yellow there, it needs a bit more yellow up here, doesn't it? But is that too bright? I don't know. Can you see that? Yeah, is it too bright? Do I need one that's slightly softer? Although it is tonal, so it might not be too bad. So I might try it and see. But I don't want anything that's too funky. I still want nice soft colours. That's about as loud as I'm going to get, I think. Or as neon as I'm going to get, let's say. Oh, come on, focus, you silly camera. There, that's about as bright as I'm going to get with the pinks, I think. But who knows? Watch this space. So whilst we're in the whip section, I thought I would share with you some quilting that I've been doing. So I was watching Vicky McIntosh's podcast. She's West Green Loft Yarns. Her first podcast, I think she just recorded a second one, but her first one, she talked about, she's a yarn dyer, but she also sews and makes lovely things for herself and for her shop. But she was talking about a quilt sampler that she was making. And I just love quilting. If you saw my previous podcast, I showed a quilt that I'd made for a family member. And Vicky also loves Tilda fabric, so she's made some beautiful quilt blocks from Tilda fabric, and I just thought, oh my goodness, I've got so many gorgeous fabrics in my stash that I've had for a few years, and some up-to-date ones as well. I mean, they're all beautiful. I just love Tilda fabric, full stop. And I thought, well, I really fancy doing that myself. Now, it's called a community sampler, and they're free designs, and they've been designed by a lady called Sharon Holland. So she's Sharon Holland Designs on Instagram, in collaboration with a lady called Maureen Cracknell. I believe they are both fabric designers as well. Anyway, so I'm a little bit behind, because I think when I saw Vicky talking about it, they were already about 4 weeks into it. So I tried to make some blocks to catch up. I caught up, and then I just didn't have enough time to do any more. So I've made, how many have I made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've made 6 so far, but I know that they're a few weeks on now, so I've still got a lot of catching up to do. But anyway, as I say, they're free designs that I think Sharon designed them. And I'm going to start showing you them while I'm talking, because then you can see what I'm talking about. So each block is different in design. So the blocks, finished block sizes, that will all be the same size, and then you piece them together to make a quilt top. So each one will be different, and they're actually, you make them like this, but they're actually, you actually piece them together like that. So I think that's gorgeous, because it gives a whole new dimension to the block, which I think is lovely. And these are fabulous, gorgeous, heavenly Tilda fabrics. And don't they look amazing together? I love them. So that's one. Where shall I put it? Down there. And here's another one. Let's tilt it like that. Oh, isn't that lovely? These were an absolute joy to make, I must say. The patterns are so well written by Sharon. And it just, personally, I think it shows off the Tilda fabric beautifully. I love that one. I found myself doing a lot of pink and green, which is probably my favourite combination. I really like blue and green, but most of the things that I make for me, and a lot for the shop, are also pink and green. So that gold and blue one was really nice for a change. Talking of pink and green, here's another one. God, I just love these fabrics together. Look how beautiful they are. Love them. Really clever, aren't they? I'm so excited to put them all together on the quilt top. I don't want to bore you too much. Here's another one. That's another one. That was the first one I did. So we've got a hot pink and a pale pink and an aqua and a green, because I chose these three colours because there was pink, aqua and green in the floral design there. So I thought it'd be really nice to have a bit of pink and green, aqua and green there. I think that works quite well. But lovely designs, aren't they? Here's another pink and green one. I think this is my favourite actually. I love that middle one. I just think it's gorgeous. It's a little bit like this one. That one there, look, it's just a different colourway. Lovely. That's lovely. And last but not least is this one, which is again pink and green, but it also has creams and golds. Because this fabric here, I'm just trying to hold it so it's not blowing out. This fabric here is one of my favourite Tilda designs. I just love it so much. So then I used the pink to pick out the pinks in it and lightened it up with a bit of cream, and then this one has different shades of green and gold and pink in. So I thought they look really nice together. So I think I've got about 3 more blocks to make, and then I'll be piecing them all together for the quilt top. So yeah, if you like quilting, check out Sharon and Maureen's Instagram pages because they are amazing. I'll put the links below. They are absolutely gorgeous and they're really clever ladies and really generous to go to all the hard work of producing these blocks and putting them out there for free for everybody to use. I just think that's fantastic. So thank you very much, ladies. They're gorgeous and I'm really looking forward to finishing my quilt. Okay, now let me just check my list and see. Okay. Would you like me to show you some things that I've acquired recently? Okay, I've bought a few things, but also I just want to show you this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful heart that was made by my lovely friend Helen, who is Flora Honeypot on Instagram. A gorgeous little crochet heart. I was having a bad time, well, not a bad time, just a low few days, and she picked up on it completely and asked if she could pop round and brought me this. What a gorgeous friend she is. She's fabulous. In fact, we went out for lunch on Monday. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen the craziness. She does make me laugh. In fact, we took some projects to work on. I took my crochet blanket and she started to crochet a shawl. And we didn't get a lot done because we were too busy eating cake and giggling. What better way to spend a Monday lunchtime? But yes, this, I believe this is also a pattern from Attic 24. But then Helen has personalised it by adding beautiful little ribbons and lace and buttons, and obviously, to cheer me up, a little smile tag. So thank you, Helen. Even though I want to call you Flora, because you're Flora Honeypot on Instagram. You're Flora to me, but Helen to everybody else, I would imagine. So thank you very much. I love that. That's gorgeous. Okay, so when I was in France, I made a little purchase. I bought this gorgeous basket. We found this really lovely interiors shop in Carcassonne. Can you see that? Which side is better? That one. And it's quite rigid. Stands up like that. It's beautiful. And I spotted it and I thought that is going to be fabulous to keep my yarns. And I thought, how are we going to get that home then? So we rearranged our suitcases because you can't squish it down or anything, it's totally rigid. And we managed to fit it in the suitcase and it got home in one piece, so I was thrilled. So in here I have got some lovely yarns to show you. So let me just start with these two. So this one is from the Wool Barn, and it is just the most beautiful soft creams, pinks, a little, are they golds, greens, oh just gorgeous, absolutely lovely. Oh look at that, oh wow. This is twist sock and it's the Sugar Rush colourway. So there's the details. Again, I'll put it down below for you as well. Hope you can see that. And Maya's yarn is just so pretty. She always dyes gorgeous, gorgeous colourways. And I knew I had to have one, so I managed to get one in her last update, so I'm really happy about that. I think I did have a plan in my head for the pattern, and I think the pattern that I'm going to use is the Vintage Fairy Light Socks. Oh, by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade, I think that's right. So I've already bought the pattern. I've had a pattern for ages and I was just trying to find some yarn that would be perfect for it, and I think this is perfect for it. I think that would be really, really pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous colours. Love it. So that's gorgeous. And then my lovely friend Sherry, who's Sherry Iris on Instagram, sent me this gorgeous skein of Coffee at Luke's. And those of you who are Gilmore Girls fans, you will know that connection, Coffee at Luke's, and oh my word, it's just so beautiful. So this is 4-ply sock weight, 425 metres, 100 grams, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. There we go. Isn't that lovely? Gorgeous. So Sherry Iris on Insta. She's Sherry_Iris on Instagram, and she has an Etsy shop where she sells the most beautiful hand embroidered project bags and yarn. She started dyeing yarn, and I hope she never stops because it's beautiful, and I will definitely want more of this gorgeous yarn. But this colourway is stunning. Look, all different shades of soft browns, like a latte. It's like a cross between a latte and a cappuccino. And it's stunning. I love it. Beautiful. She also sent me 2 minis, which, shall I get them and show you? Try not to knock everything over in the process. So there's this one. Isn't that lovely? Let's hold it like that and you might be able to see it better. There you go. Again, lovely soft tonal browns, creams and a bit of blue in there. I love that one, that's gorgeous. And this lovely bluey colour. Little specks of red, a little bit of brown. Gorgeous. So, not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. They may get added to my granny stripe blanket, but they all look so lovely together, don't they? So thank you, Sherry, you're so lovely. Thank you very much. It's so nice to get gifts from yarny friends, isn't it? Okay, so the yarns that are left in my basket are for a project. Now, my printer doesn't print colour very well, so I'm really sorry, but this pattern is not going to look great on paper because it's black and white. But I am going to start knitting the Second Avenue Wrap by Amy Miller. Now I follow Sandy by the Lakeside on Instagram, and she has knitted this and it looks absolutely beautiful. The colours that she chose are stunning and I absolutely love them. So I had a little look in my stash. You need 5 different yarns, and the way it works, so that's essential. Oh, I can't really, is this a paid for pattern? I think it is, so I better be careful. So basically that's the way the scarf or the wrap is designed, and these are stripes. So now how does it work? Yes, so one of the stripes here, the colour that you choose is the same for this one here, this section here. This colour here is striped with another colour there, which is also this colour, and this colour is just a colour on its own. So I had to choose really, really carefully. Now if you have a little look on my Instagram page and scroll back a little way, you will see the photographs, or indeed look on Ravelry at Amy Miller's 2nd Avenue Wrap Design, and you'll see it in colour and you'll understand what I mean. I know I'm not giving anything away with that because it's obvious from the pictures. So I thought to myself, right, what colours would I like? What colours do I have in my stash already? So the 2 colours that I thought I would definitely put in there are these lovely colours here from Herbs Black Regina. I can't remember what this one's called, but it's a lovely sort of pinky, mauvey tonal colour, which I was going to use for a different project, which is why it's all caked up, and then changed my mind. So I can show, look at that, isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous colours. So there's that one, and then there's this one, which is quite a recent colourway, called Magnolia's Promise, on her Hazel Soft Sock base, and they're the details. I hope you can see that. And that's her ball band, and the colours are just gorgeous. Lovely pale pinks with some darker pinks running through, and little tiny specks of kind of a greeny colour. So then I thought, oh, I need an olive green to go with that. So then I got this one. Now this one's from Marianthe Yarns. Both of these ladies are German yarn dyers. So this is called Olive, and Marianthe Yarns. So this lady is also on Instagram, and she has an Etsy shop where she sells her yarn. She sent me this little progress keeper, isn't that cute? I'm going to use that for my wrap. So yeah, that lovely tonal olive, and it's got little specks in it as well. Oh my goodness, it's just lovely. But I think that, because this one is going to be this large section here, which I think would look lovely there because it's a big section, and hopefully it'll pick out the green bits in that one. Then the other one I got for, now this one was for this section here in the middle, sorry, this section here in the middle here, and it is also then striped with, it's striped with this one. So I thought they would look really nice striped together. So that's like a soft tonal grey. I don't know what the colourway is called, but again it's from Marianthe Yarns on Etsy. And that's the details. So I thought, yeah, that would look really nice striped with that, and on its own in the section, because it's sort of tonal. And then the only other colour, I need a 1, 2, 3, 4, I need a 5th colour, and I'm thinking navy, because I really like navy, and as you can see I like blues. So I thought these colours, how can I show you? These colours and a navy would all look really lovely together. So what do you think? Do you like that? I'm going to make myself a nice big project bag, because this is a long wrap, and obviously I'm going to have all these different balls of yarn. I'm going to cast on hopefully in the next month or so, once I've got my navy yarn. And I shall show you my progress, but I'm really excited about that. I love it, and I'm looking forward to having that ready for the autumn. Yeah, lovely colours, so I'm really thrilled with those, and they're kept in my lovely, lovely new basket, which I adore. So that sits on my cutting table just over there. I'm really happy with that, and I can stare at my beautiful yarns all day. Apart from the ones behind me. I don't have a huge stash, but I'm getting there. At the minute I'm being a good girl, and I'm just buying what I need for projects I have in mind. So that's a really nice one, and that pattern is lovely. So check it out and have a little look on Instagram at all the different colour variations, because they are beautiful as well. Now, I hope you don't mind indulging me while I just talk a little bit about my my shop update. Well, I'm having a shop update next Tuesday, the 12th of June at 6 PM GMT, that's UK time. And I'm going to talk to you about that in 1 second, but I've been holding off doing this podcast because I was waiting for something to arrive that I could show you. And it literally arrived about an hour before I started to plan the podcast. So I'm so excited to tell you about it. You may remember that, if you watched my last podcast, that I designed a project bag which has a sheep on it called Sybil. This is Sybil the sheep. Now this bag is actually in my Etsy shop at the moment. It's available. And I had the idea of designing an enamel pin of Sybil, because everybody seems to be going crazy for enamel pins at the moment, me included. You can probably see my gorgeous cube bag up there with some lovely pins on it. That's from Thimble and Thread Makes. So Sybil is now available in enamel pin. Oh my word. She arrived today and I love her. Isn't she gorgeous? Let me put that down because she's blowing out. Come on, focus. There we go. Oh, Sybil, I love you. I'm so happy with this gorgeous design. So the lady who designs my branding, my Love to Sew branding, is Angie Spurgeon, and she's Artwork by Angie on Instagram. Or is she Angie Spurgeon on Instagram? Well, type in Artwork by Angie and I'm sure Angie will come up. And my shop has been open for a few years now, selling Tilda fabric, and I got in touch with her to design my branding files. And I thought I really wanted to produce an enamel pin of Sybil, but I'm not very good at drawing. My lovely daughter designed Sybil. And drew the templates out for me, because my attempt at drawing a sheep looked like a 3-year-old had done it. So I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to design a pin. So I thought, well, I'm going to ask Angie, because she's always done a fabulous job for me. And this is the design she came up with, and they've literally, ooh, hello. What's she doing, woman? They've literally arrived this morning. So, oh, I hope you love her as much as I do. I just think she's amazing. She's so beautiful. She has, these are the colours from my branding, actually. Pinks and like an aqua blue and soft green and soft pink. So, I'm thrilled with that. And she's rose gold on the back. None of these little, like that. So, she's going to look fab on some project bags. And I hope you love her as much as I do. I'm going to take some photographs and pop her in my Etsy shop today, hopefully, and I'll put a note on Instagram when she's available. But yeah, I love her and I'm so excited. I hope you like her too. Right, so that's Sybil. Now then, oh, I'm wobbling the camera again, sorry. I tried really hard not to wobble the camera today, because last time it was wobbling all over the place because I kept moving things around on this surface. Anyway, you don't need to know about that. So, the last thing I just want to mention is my collaboration, which is going to the shop on Tuesday, the 12th of June. I have been working with two lovely ladies. The first lady, I think you know, because her yarn dyeing is just fantastic. So I've been working with Kate Celine, and she has produced this fabulous yarn. Let me just lift that up to show you. There we go. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. So it's this really soft, pale sort of aqua blue with soft pink and hot pink speckles. Isn't that just divine? With Kate's yarn, you follow her on Instagram, you will know that she produces a lovely striping yarn, and that's what this is. So you will get a strip of blue, like an aqua blue, and then you will get a strip of lovely pink speckles throughout the yarn when you knit it up. And what we've decided, Kate offers her yarns in 100g skeins, and she's just recently started offering them in 50g skeins. So we decided it might be a nice idea for a change just to offer this as a 50g skein. So this is a 50g and this is a 20g mini. To do the, if you're making a sock with it, you can use it for the cuffs, heels and toes, which I think is always a really nice contrast. And you will have enough here to make a pair of socks, or some of Kate's wrist warmers that she's designed. So you've got a choice really. So we decided to go for the 50g on this occasion, and it makes it a little bit more affordable as well for everybody. So that's the yarn. And then the other lovely lady who I've been working with, I asked her to produce a progress keeper for me, and this is what she produced. Just look at that, a little tiny cupcake. Now, because it's my birthday month, I decided to go for something cake related, as you do. So Cheryl from Chapel View Crafts on Instagram produced this for us to go in your kits. Aren't they just so lovely? Beautiful. They look really lovely. Just pop it on there and you can see. Gorgeous, isn't it? I know that she's been working with Kelly from Lay Family Yarns, producing little progress keepers as well. So I thought, what a fabulous idea. Instead of me making one, I'll get her to make some for us instead. So yeah, we've got the darker pink and the pale pink in there. And then, as you know, I'm a project bag maker, so I made the bags to go with this collaboration. And what we decided to do, or what I decided to do, was give you a little choice. So in the shop update, there will be 10 of these and 10 of these. Now the difference, as you can see, is one has a pink stripe, pink spot even, and one has a blue spot. And you can choose which one you prefer. It was really interesting because I put on Instagram recently, during the week, which one would you choose? And I honestly thought that the most popular would be the pink, and I think the most popular is the blue, which is incredible to me because I always go for pink, but then everyone's different, aren't they? So these bags are drawstring bags, and they roll down, which is really nice. You can access your project really well. It's got my little Love to Sew stamp there, and there is no pocket inside, but there are 2 pockets on the outside, 2 linen pockets on the outside, like that. I'll which I thought would be a nice change. So I've made drawstring bags before, and usually on project bags I would put the pocket on the inside, but I thought, fancy doing something a little bit different. So I went for the linen because it's a nice contrast to this, and the pink spots coordinate with the bit at the top, so when you roll it down it all looks really pretty. And the yarn sits in there really nicely, it's just big enough, and you can have your pattern and your needles and so on in there. So I hope you like those. I shall roll down the blue one as well for you to have a look at. Lovely blue spots, and that's the same inside. Nice 100% cotton lining. Nice stamp again, and pockets on the front, and drawstring. So I hope you like those. And at the same time I have also made a few others which you can see behind me, and I'm going to pop those in the shop update at the same time on Tuesday. I do have one more that I'm going to make if I get the time, but because it's my birthday weekend I might not have enough time, because I might be going out. Hopefully. So we've got a pink one. Again, these are all Tilda fabrics, just my favourite fabrics. And the spots roll down. There we go, that's the pink one. This is quite an old print actually, it's almost a vintage Tilda, that one. And we have an aqua blue one, aqua blue spots. So it's quite a nice little, it's roomy, so it's, you could get 100 gram skein in there definitely, but you know, just because we're offering a 50, it would still fit something bigger in there. This lovely Tilda fabric, so they're plain on the back and pocketed on the front. Drawstring. And this one here, which I think is probably one of my favourite prints, and this gorgeous gold, I love it. And the gold and the green and the pink. Look at that, isn't that lovely? And the gold inside. So, and there is one more that I have planned, which is teal and pink. And if I get the time, I will make it ready for Tuesday, but we'll see. So that's it, I think, for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've managed to stick it out to the end. I hope I've not waffled too much. And I hope you have a lovely crafty time until I see you next time. Happy June. Take care. Bye.